Hello, here's another funding opportunity from CrowdProperty.com. This is looking at land at South Littleton in Evesham, WR11 8YD. Now, CrowdProperty is a peer-to-peer lending platform designed to facilitate loans between private individuals and professional property businesses. CrowdProperty is authorised and regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority under permission number 723959. CrowdProperty is not covered by the Financial Services Compensation Scheme. There are risks with any loans you make, and just like all peer-to-peer lending, your capital is at risk. CrowdProperty endeavours to protect all lenders. This is done by registering the legal first charge against the property project. This means that in the very unlikely event a borrower defaults on the loan, CrowdProperty will be able to take ownership of the project and manage it for the lenders. So this project then is a refinance from a bridge onto a development loan with CrowdProperty, where the interest will be rolled up and then repaid at the exit when the borrower sells the completed development. South Littleton in Evesham is located about 34 miles or so south of Birmingham and 22 miles northeast of Cheltenham. It's a clear site where planning has been granted by Wychavon District Council for the erection of 4 dwellings under planning reference number 18/01999/FUL. This is phase 1 of a 3-phase raise, and phase 1 loan is for £141,000. The total loan facility over all 3 phases will be £510,000, with the initial loan to value being 60%. The amount owed at the exit based on the gross development value including the rolled up interest will be 63.3%, and the RICS have valued the existing property at £235,000, and the RICS estimate of the gross development value is £890,000. The total size of the land is 3,400 square feet, and first charge security will be registered at Land Registry across the whole land. So South Littleton, it's a village in the civil parish located within Worcestershire, population of around about 1,775 people. The village is located 3 miles west of Evesham, 19 miles east of Worcester and 34 miles south of Birmingham. It's about 1 hour 30 minutes from Evesham Railway to Birmingham, about 1 hour 18 minutes into Cheltenham, and about 1 hour 45 minutes into London Paddington by train. South Littleton Village also benefits from shops. There's takeaways, a post office and sports clubs, including a bowling and tennis club. And the land further benefits from being located at the northwestern edge of the Cotswolds. That planning permission granted by Wychavon District Council, with the permission granted to build 4 dwellings. The maximum loan term is for 18 months. And this project is going to be first charge secured in order to protect the people lending on this project, and the exit strategy is that the borrower will sell the development upon its completion. Now, units 1 and 2 have been valued at £240,000 per unit, and units 3 and 4 have been valued at £205,000 per unit. Here's a location map for you then. On the right hand side you can see the CrowdProperty flag just here. Not too far from Evesham and Stratford, just between the two there at South Littleton. Not too far away from Worcester as well. This is the main M5 coming from Birmingham down through to Bristol. Short journey off of there to where the property is. And then here's the CrowdProperty flag within the village of South Littleton, just outside the centre there, onto this section just here. So the site located just off Norval Road, it's a residential estate comprising of mostly 1970s style, generally smaller 2 and 3 bedroom semi-detached properties. 5.5 miles or so from Evesham train station, about 5 miles from Abbey Park. The Littleton School is 1.7 miles away, and the local shops are about 1.5 miles away as well. The Littleton Tennis Club is about 1.5 miles or so away as well. This is the whole site on here, of which the 4 properties are going to be situated. I'll show you how they're going to look. Here's the proposed development then. The development comprising of 2 semi-detached properties. Units 1 and 2 will have a lounge, a kitchen diner, downstairs cloakroom, 2 double bedrooms, of which one's got an ensuite. There's also a single bedroom and a family bathroom. Plot 1 is the far left of this development, that's the one here. and that has got front and rear gardens and a side plot to it just here. Plot 2 is the one here in the middle, which has gardens to the front and the rear. Total gross internal area of both units is 1,900 square feet or thereabouts. Units 3 and 4 will comprise of a reception room. There's going to be a kitchen, a downstairs cloakroom, 2 double bedrooms, a family bathroom, and plot 3 is going to have a garden to the rear, whilst plot 4 will also have a garden to the rear and the side. The total gross internal area of both units, 1,500 square feet. So that's about 750 square feet each property for plots 3 and 4. And the plots 1 and 2 will be around about 1,000 or so square feet on those particular properties. All plots are going to benefit from 2 off-road car parking spaces. That's the site that was bought at auction by the team. Here's some computer generated images for units 1 and 2, which you can see pair of semis, one 90 degrees based on the other one. Looking at the elevations from the south and the north and the west and the east, that's how the properties units 1 and 2 are going to be looking. And then here's the internal floor area for you. So coming in through the front door on this particular one, turning right takes you into the lounge. Coming back out into the hallway takes you into a kitchen diner. And then down the hallway would be then a cloakroom with the storeroom under the stairs. When you then go upstairs, that then takes you up onto the landing, which feeds into a master bedroom which has an ensuite. There's a family bathroom then just off that landing with then 2 other bedrooms. One is a single, one is a double. So that's how the one property looks. The other property is over this side here, where you will then come in through the front door. And coming in through the front door, that then takes you in with a cloakroom on your right hand side, kitchen, breakfast room on the left hand side, put a little table here in the corner. That then takes you through onto a living room and a dining room downstairs. Going upstairs then, that takes you up into the landing, which has then 2 bedrooms to the rear and a 3rd bedroom to the front, which has its own ensuite. And of course there's a family bathroom as well. So that's how units 1 and 2 look. Let's look at units 3 and 4. Again, pair of semi-detached houses. That's a computer generated image as to how it's going to look. Here then are the elevations looking at the 4 sides of it, the east, the west, the north and the south. And then the floor layout, both very similar properties. You come in through the front door into a lounge, living room type area here, through into a little entrance with there's a cloakroom off of that and a store cupboard, through into a kitchen diner. When you then go upstairs, that then takes you up onto a landing which has 2 double bedrooms, one at the rear, one at the front, and then there's a family bathroom off that as well. So both units 3 and 4 very similar. So then let's look at the project financials and this proposed loan. This is the phase 1 raise of £141,000, which is part of a 3-phase raise. All 3 phases will total £510,000. RICS have verified the current market value to be £235,000, and RICS have also verified the total gross development value of the completed development as £890,000. The estimated development cost is £420,000, and the 2nd and 3rd phase monies will be drawn in stages, and then they will be released upon the completion of the independent monitoring surveyor's reports. The initial loan to value is 60%. The loan to gross development value, when you exclude the rolled up interest, is 57.3%. And then when you include that rolled up interest, the loan to value is 63.3%. Remember, the minimum term for this loan is 6 months. The maximum is going to be 18 months, and the loan is targeted to commence on the 6th of April 2019. Let me show you then how those financials break down. So that initial loan to value percentage is based on the initial phase 1 raise, 141,000, divided by the current market value of 235,000. So that then gives the figure of 60%. The amount when you exclude the interest is based on the 510,000 gross development value figure of all 3 raises that being raised. When you divide it then by the 890,000, which is the total GDV that RICS have put on this property, that then takes it to 57.3%. When you include the interest, that then takes it up to 63.3% loan to value. Now this is being paid at a rate of 8% per annum to every member of the crowd on this particular project. This is going to be paid at the end when the project is paid back. And sales on this one will come through at different times, so it's quite probable that this loan will be paid back in stages. to the crowd equally, depending on the amount that you've put into this project. It's going to be secured with the first charge security against the land, and that's going to be registered at Land Registry. Now, interestingly, the borrower's development is located next door to a new housing scheme being done by a separate development team called Eden Developments Limited. Now, out of the 10 properties that they've currently got built, 50% of them have already been sold off plan. So with this momentum, the borrower's intention is to use the same marketing agents who will then have up-to-date market data to ensure that the new scheme we're talking about here at South Littleton is well placed for as early an exit as possible. So let me then introduce you then to the borrowers. So the property is owned by Significance Developments Limited. Their company number is 118619997, and the directors of this company are Dr. Satinder Kelly and his wife Dr. Joanna Keterroot. Now that's a husband and wife team. They're both dentists at the same practice. Sat is a dentist who has property investment and development experience of around 30 years, based on following his parents' own development and investment journey. In 2005, Sat managed the construction of his new build from the ground up, and this asset is further accompanied by his 6 buy-to-let properties. He's partnered with Charles Grant Parks, who's going to be the project manager on this particular scheme, and he's going to project manage it. Charles is experienced in property, having trained and qualified with an HNC in construction back in the early 1990s. Charles has also managed and procured property developments ranging from £100,000 through to a £1.7 million project, together with some new build care homes. And Charles previously worked with a private tenant of a pension fund who operated care homes, and he oversaw the analysis, pre-acquisition, followed by the development of those sites to a total book value of £12.5 million. Here's a case study to show you. This is one that Charles did. Old Swidford House in Hagley Road, Stourbridge. Charles recently acquired and enhanced this site, taking it from 3 one-bedroom properties at planning up to becoming a 3 two-bedroom project. And he started this back in August 2017, completed it in May 2019 with a GDV of £525,000. The build costs £240,000 and land was purchased for £90,000. Paid fees of £40,000, which meant profit came out of this one at £155,000. The term time was 18 months as a project. So that's this particular project. I hope you're able to help us with this funding. This is the phase 1 raise, so please make sure you understand this loan and then carry out your own due diligence both on this project and on the development team, and then decide how much you would like to lend. CrowdProperty.com is the place to be to pledge on launch. It goes live at 10 o'clock in the morning on Thursday the 25th of July. You can preview it prior to this time, but then refresh the screen at 10 AM it will automatically go live, and you can pledge as much as you like on this project, anywhere from between £500 up to the full amount of this phase 1 raise, which is the full amount of £141,000. And then those successfully pledging on this project, CrowdProperty will carry out the necessary anti-money laundering checks, and then you'll be invited to send your funds into your very own online e-wallet, and you'll start earning interest on completion of the loan agreement. So thank you for watching this webinar. I hope you're able to help us with this phase 1 raise. It's on the land at South Littleton in Evesham, WR11 8YD, where we're looking for a raise of £141,000, please. Thank you for watching this webinar. We look forward to you joining us again soon for another CrowdProperty funding opportunity. In the meantime, bye for now.